Valley, there'll be sunshine in abundance. Expect highs in the mid to upper 60s. Forecaster Jimmy O'Neill for Smart Talk 1490 KMET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I'm Aaron Michael Sanchez. We got Jess over there. A lot of people are talking Super Bowl because, of course, if you saw it, it's a thing. If you didn't see it, well, you're kind of, not going to lie, we didn't see it. So we're kind of in the same boat. We got Jess Sanchez over there. Good morning, Jess.
Yeah, I did not see it. I want to say I had better things to do, but I did have better things to do. I went shopping. Plus I'm still stuck on my binge watching of Breaking Bad. So
I'm
that
not gonna lie, I forgot. And then in the middle, I was like, do I want to? And I'm like, well, it's not like we're in the, and I didn't really have a party with anyone. I did meet up with a friend over the week, so I'm excited about that because, it's about the book. And if you haven't already checked it out, do check it out. It's a really good book. It makes a lot of sense, and people are needing it right now. How to start a business in a down economy. I met with my good friend Jesse Torres. We talked about biz, and we were like, talking that, and then talking about all the things in the world and catching up. He's been with his family, and so he's been very busy with that. And then we were talking about, just stuff, and then, so yeah. But a lot of news is in the news, and I'm not gonna lie, even he didn't know about the earthquake 100%. He's like, what? And I'm like, how do you not know, man? But anyway, we caught up. But there you go. It's available at barnesandnoble.com. You can check it out for $19.95. How to start a business in a down economy, and that's what we're at. And if you're feeling the pinch, you know what we're talking about. Now, Jess, I saw this, and I said, okay, well, this is interesting. I don't know where it's going, but I hope I know where it's going to go eventually. But I think there's a lot of question right now because over the weekend, you even sent me something. I didn't get to see it. I just saw the headline. The U.S. has shut down like what?
from what I've been reading, I'm just going to classify them as UFOs because we do not know where they are or where they came from. But from what I've been seeing is like the U.S. has been going crazy shooting down UFOs this weekend. One in the northern part of Alaska, one in Canada, and I think one right recently over Lake Huron in Michigan.
So if you're in the
And
air, don't. Right now, everybody's like, shoo, woo, 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 woo. You know what I mean? Forget it. Yeah, bye bye. So yeah. Now this kind of in tandem with what Jesse's saying. If you've ever seen this, you're not A, crazy, and B, it's a thing. Who knew? Some have theorized it's a thing. Others have said, is it like, can you create like holograms with this? So here it is. And if you look at this, you go, okay, what? If you look at the, again, on our live feed on Facebook, Twitter, also on LinkedIn, we're streaming live. The video feed, if you're listening on the radio, Jess, how would you explain that picture of what looks like I'm not going to lie, it looks like a matrix, like they could, you know what I mean? With the words that were in code, like it looks like the matrix. I'm not going to lie.
oh my, okay, so if I were to see some bright lights and weird things in the sky, the very first thing I would say would freak everyone out. I'd be like, "We're gonna be abducted," just to mess with people. But yeah, no, I heard some really weird things over this past weekend.
So here's the
So.
headline, people. Chinese satellite beams green lasers over Hawaii. Why would they do it over Hawaii, and how do we know it's China? Now remember, just like everybody's reporting everything about China now. Back in the day, they used to report like when you saw a UFO, they would say, "Oh, it was a weather balloon." So I say be open to the possibility it's something else. Now, according to the article, I'm gonna keep to the way they're saying it, but just let your mind kind of wander. Why would China do that? Okay, here it is. It says astronomers say a Chinese satellite has been caught on video beaming down green lasers over the Hawaii Islands. A National Astronomical Observatory of Japan live stream. It's a camera atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea recorded the footage in late January. Now, if you look at the footage, Jess, it's like midway in the sky. And I guess someone could say, yeah, but that's someone on the floor, because you can see in the bottom right, kind of like an observatory thing. You could see, in essence, like a row of finely spaced lasers, right? but they're in the mid portion of the sky. So there's nothing continuing from the floor up. Now, I will say this. I have been to Hilo, and on the island, when you go to the very top, they actually have some, people that kind of tell the tourists, oh, look at that in the sky, look at that in the sky, look at that in the sky. So green laser are a thing. If you've ever seen them, usually they outlaw them because you can actually, like they say, oh, if you're on board a flight, someone from the floor with one of these lasers, they're very powerful. You could point up to it and damage the person. But even in military, they put a laser on something and they know, okay, that beam, you see that, and then they use infrared light and then they go in and they target it. But this, they're saying, came from the sky down. So that much we know. So the question is, how does it come down? According to this, it says lasers flash for a couple of seconds and were initially thought to be, initially thought, Jess. This is interesting because I don't think before this article came out, even people thought it was a thing that you could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't even was not aware of this was a possibility. Yeah, all I can think of if I was controlling that satellite, I'd be like, let's have some fun with some people.
And how do you know
But
it's a satellite? How do you not? How do you know it's not the International Space Station beaming lasers down for a reason? You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of uses, but do you want it like all of a sudden? What if you're looking up? You know those lasers that hit you in the eye that's not good for your eye? What if it's that? And you're looking up and you go, and you're like, oh no, I'm blind.
oh yeah, I just thought about that. Like you're looking up, and at that moment you're like ah. But yeah, yeah, don't look at lasers. I have no idea, but it would be funny.
Okay. So let me read the rest, okay? Because people were like, huh? The lasers flash for a couple of seconds were initially thought to be from a NASA altimeter satellite. The NAOJ put out a correction note on Monday, February 6th, right? So this is this last week. We're barely getting this information. That said NASA scientists did a simulation of the trajectory of satellites that have a similar instrument and found a most likely candidate as the ACDL instrument by the Chinese DAQI-1 AEMS satellite. So I don't know if you get that, but basically NASA scientists did a simulation of the trajectory of satellites that have a similar instrument. So everybody has a satellite that could do this, and they beam lasers out of the sky. Now, I know you're thinking, well, that's not that bad. The University of Hawaii Institute of Astronomy's Roy Gal said this. It's a Chinese satellite that is measuring pollutants, among other things. Now, I'm not going to lie. I like what this other person said, and he's very smart. This is a chief of staff of Marine Forces in the Pacific who used to work there. Okay, he says he had a different perspective. He goes, I'm not sure, and this is my opinion, why the Chinese are probably some of the most prolific polluters on the planet would be collecting data on pollutants on this side of the Pacific. Right? Like, why would they do that? That makes no sense. Both experts said the object is not explicitly a spy satellite. That's according to what they think, because I don't think they even know what sent it. It's cataloged and known by governments around the world. Oh, good to know. Gal said this. The U.S. has satellites to do the same thing. Oh, we do. Did you know that, Jess?
I did not know that. Wow.
That's good to know. I kind of need to know that. Okay, all right. I might sue. I'm just going to... Okay, I need to say this, all right? I need to say this. I don't know if I should. I don't know if people will believe me. Okay, on the 101 freeway, if you saw something out of the sky that was green coming at you like a laser, evidently we've been able to do this for a while. I had this happen to me in 2022. I was driving down the 101. I was coming from... north, and I was coming down the 5. Okay, I saw some things I can't explain on the 5. But then I saw something on the, now it kind of makes sense to me. They could send that out and be like, where are the UFOs? Because I saw, okay, I'm not going to lie, because I know we've been kind of looking at the sky. And there's going to be a lot of stories about unidentified objects in the sky. I saw 3 on the 5 freeway that were red. They came out of nowhere, I'm not going to lie. And they kind of tracked. And I was like, why are they tracking me? But I have a bright yellow car, so I don't know. Anyway, after that, I went down the 101 freeway because the 5 kind of does this split thing down the 405. And then I'm like, wait. So I finally got down the 101. And down the 101, I saw a laser at me. But I'm like, what's going on here? And I didn't talk about it since. I don't remember what month it was, but I haven't talked about it since. Because I'm like, all right, whatever. Anyway, looking at this, I go, dude, this totally makes sense. But I didn't know the U.S. could do that, Jess.
Right? That's crazy. I wonder how long they've been able to do this and if more people have seen these green lasers and think they've been going crazy.
Yeah, I
As
want you to like. I'm not gonna lie. I don't say these things until they're kind of like a thing, and then I go, okay, it's safe to say it because now you go, oh, he's not crazy because it's a thing. You see that? So there you go. All right, and I'm glad they took a picture of it. I'm glad they got it on camera. I didn't know. Now they're releasing like, oh yeah, it's been a thing for a while. Oh, good to know. Thanks for letting us know. So let's see. It says, okay, so it says the footage was taken in Mauna Kea Saturday, January 28th, prior to the recent incident where the Chinese balloon traversed over the mainland U.S. before being shot down off the coast of South Carolina. They said the U.S. has satellites to do the same thing. So in this case, despite all the flurry, meaning people are freaking out, well-deserved flurry, meaning they have a right to freak out, about Chinese spy satellites and other devices, this one is just orbiting Earth and has a known orbit. I don't know. I question that. I question anything that has a laser system that can beam it down to the Earth. I have a question on that because they could be used for so many things, Jess. So many things. And if you talk to anyone military, they go, yeah, duh. Like, A, you could target an area, very easy. B, man, what else do you think you could do with it, Jess?
um at the top of my head, I have no idea.
Okay, let's just say, for example, right, you want to, we'll go with what they're saying topography, okay? It could be a topography thing because you can actually measure depth of surface based on the ground, okay? Just like a laser guided system to, they actually have these. I used to use one back in the day when I actually used to sell for like, for like your home. Like I could point this thing at your wall and measure the amount of, but it's like a laser beam, right? You can measure how far away that like that wall is. You could do this on the inside. I used to do this just to get like square feet real quick. Like if we need to put an air conditioner in, right? And I'd be like, boop, boop, boop. Okay, there it is. Instead of taking a measuring tape, from one end to the other end, right? So just real quick. And they're pretty specific. They might be a little off, but they're pretty good about that, all right? So there's all kinds of lasers that do all kinds of things. So I'll go to that. Let's say they have that. But this is so, like, what beams it out that's so strong? Because if you look at that picture again, I'm going to put it up on, it's so big. These are not little lasers. These are like, you know what I mean, Jess? I can't even explain it. Like, if you look at how they come out of the sky, that's got to be alarming at some point. It's like, no, we're doing our thing. But again, they always say, be careful with laser. So in the world like that, spaced out like that, how big is the satellite is the question. This is why I don't believe it's a satellite. I don't even think it's an array of satellites. I think the way it's spaced out, Jess, is it's something else. Some would say, oh, that's Aurora Borealis. No, this is a thing that's been able to do it. Now, is it a thing sitting out like in a row, like it's rotating and say real quick and fast, or it's going back and forth, getting that out? Because it's spaced. But you see what I mean by like the Matrix? It looks like the Matrix coming down.
No, no, I agree with you. I have no idea how they were able to do this, even with I don't know enough about lasers and all this stuff to figure out how it's worked. But God, I hope it is a laser. If it's an alien or something like that, I will bow down to our intergalactic warlords.
You're like, hey, we could be on the same page, man. Let's share information. No, but look, the fact that it was over Hawaii, I think, is a good thing. I think if it were anywhere else, like over like a wait, do they have nuclear there? Do they have a nuclear? Do they have nuclear there, Jess?
You know what? I don't know what they have there. I know they have a lot of military bases. So other than that, I'm really
They
not
would
sure.
actually, because Pearl Harbor. Remember that? That's why they're going crazy over there. They're like, if it is a Chinese satellite, why are they looking at Hawaii again? And then, oh, did you see the thing about Alaska? That like something happened in Alaska, and it was interesting. It was I saw like a report. No, it was somebody saying she goes, the only thing that like keep us from Russia is Alaska, and she was really upset. And then I saw over like a news story about Alaska. Something happened in Alaska. I don't know what it is. Did they shoot something down in Alaska too, Jess?
Apparently they shot down a cylindrical object. They're not calling them balloons. They're calling them objects because they really don't know. So from what they're trying to recover it from the ice and stuff, but
do,
for right now, they're just calling it objects. 'Cause
do
I
you
want to say.
Do you understand? It's like, okay, everybody's yay Super Bowl, yay, awesome, yay. Megan Fox might be breaking up with Machine Kelly, so much for Twin Flame. But the point is this. I think it begs the question. I don't know if we went back to the 50s, Jess, but this is the way the 50s, like, when you look at, like, certain stories, right? This is the way the 50s was. If you ever see, I know it's animated flick, but go watch it. It's fun for the kid. Iron Giant, okay? Iron Giant, something came out of nowhere, and everybody was upset, and, like military was always around, and, like, what do you, huh? And then the question is, what is Iron Giant, right? But they always say, oh, that's, Russia, right? They said, oh, Sputnik, right? They're like, oh, because Russia actually was among the first to be in space. Now, I will say this. This kind of gives credit to, and I know people don't understand this. They think it's just like fantasy, but if you look it up, it's actually real. It's not fake. And they've been kind of quiet about it. But Space Force is a thing, okay? It's a military branch of government that you could actually apply for. Jess, I could totally see you signing up. Please don't, because they'll recruit you, and then you're going to call me going, dude, I don't know what to do. I'm in it sick. Anyway, the point is this. Space Force, you can apply to work there. They've actually recruited certain people, and it's actually in space. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, they're getting, you know how they control, like, certain parts of the world? Well, now they're trying to control the space of things, which actually makes sense if you want to investigate something in China, Russia, and or, like, I don't know, anywhere else that's kind of an enemy at the time. Do you understand where we're going with this, Jess? I don't think you do. Let me help you out. Those lasers that you see, okay, are beaming from somewhere. When they beam from somewhere, what does it do to, well, people if they're on that surface? Number one, not good. Number two, not great. And number three, uh-oh. So you need to think about that. That's number one. Number two is this. Even if it were, oh, wait, the U.S. has this. So where has U.S. beamed it? And have we seen it? Is there recordings of this? Do you know it? Is it so quick and fast? Is it in the middle of the night? Is it during the day? Can they do this during the day? I would say yes, because you wouldn't be able to see it. But at night, if you could see it, well, they're calling it out for a reason. Because now everybody is like up in arms about China, Russia, and whoever else is, oh, that's right, Japan. Because Japan wants to go to war with one of the other countries, namely China. Have you seen that? So now we're in this whole little, wait, what? It's just like the earthquake of Turkey. If you see all of a sudden something happen, you go, oh my God, this happened while we were sleeping, while we were just like dealing with things, and while we're just trying to make money. So do you see where I'm going with this, Jess?
Yes, we are becoming an ever crazy world. So
it's going science fiction for us at this point. We got UFOs in the sky. Things that are being shot down. They're going. They're doing lasers. It's a movie now, Jess. It's a movie.
If something comes out of the water, I'm going to say I told you so.
Godzilla needs to come to make it right. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned. Yikes.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
Standard time is here. That means shorter days and cooler nights that make you want to stay inside. Don't get caught in the cold. Franklin Mechanical Systems can do a preventative maintenance check on your heating unit to get it working right. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems, for all your residential and commercial heating and air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and stay warm today. KMED AM 1490 presents Cal State San Bernardino basketball. This Thursday night, February 16th at 7:30, the Coyotes meet Cal Poly Humboldt in a CCAA conference game. Live from Lumberjack Arena in Arcata. I'm Mitch McClellan. Join me as the Yotes meet the Jacks. Cal State San Bernardino basketball broadcasts are brought to you by Dignity Health, Hatfield Buick GMC, Raising Cane's, Petty Law, and the Hyatt Place Hotel, Ontario-Ville. That's Cal State San Bernardino basketball action live from Arcata, Thursday night at 7:30 on your exclusive radio home for Yotes basketball, KMED AM 1490.
Your pharmacy and mobility solutions is now Beaumont Pharmacy with a new location at the Sundance Corporate Center. That's at the corner of Highland Springs and 8th in Suite 110. Of course, they still have Pack Your Meds. No more counting out the pills, dropping them on the floor. Oh, what a mess. And they have a full selection of pharmaceutical CBD. Wheelchairs, over-the-counter meds, you name it, they've got it. So if you're looking for the best and you want the best pharmacy, you go to Beaumont Pharmacy at their new location, 835 North Highland Springs, Beaumont Avenue in Beaumont, California, Suite 110. Give them a call, 951-845-8252.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490. And yes, we are returning to normalcy here on the show. And again, lasers are a thing. I'm just going to bring that up so you can remember. If you see anything in the sky, record it, okay? People will believe you now. All you have to say is China. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Right, Jess?
Yeah, let's just blame it all on China. Let's go.
I'm telling you, they're gonna get it. I didn't know before I read this. Okay, I don't think you did either, Jess. You're like, oh yeah, of course it's a thing in China. I didn't know the U.S. could do this, right? And there's been reports about, and people are like very big on HARP and all those things about like trails in the sky, what they do. There's called weathering. You can do that. I saw there's a video on it. It's true actually. They can make clouds out of but there's been some weird things that I've seen and I go, I'm gonna keep quiet because I don't know how I can what I mean. But now I'm like, well, at least people believe it now, and I think things are gonna come out about what's been happening around the world, even though we didn't know. And then there's gonna be some things that are completely unexplainable, Jess.
Yeah, I'm looking at video footage of the green laser.
Yeah.
And the picture does not do it justice because it makes it look like all the laser beams are coming down at once.
Okay.
But from the video, it looks like it's scanning.
Okay, so it's going back and forth really quick.
Like it's. But that the fact that when you
that's kind of what I saw on the 101 freeway in downtown, Jess.
It very well might have been the same thing. I'm just like, because I'm looking at it, it looks exactly like someone's like scanning, like you're in a grocery store and you're like beep.
No,
beep.
that makes sense. That makes like when a photo takes a snapshot of like what's happening really fast. It's like frames per second, right? But video takes what happens to the eye of like someone when you just see something like kind of like wheels or like a helicopter, right? It doesn't really stop in the middle, right? It's going so fast, the eye catches on. Like when you look up at your fan, if you have like a fan that's on your like ceiling, you see it rotate a certain amount if it goes really fast, and it looks like it's going slow, but it's not. It's the way your eyes see. But what you're saying, Jess, and can you send them to me, by the way? Jess, please message it to me. He sends me things on Messenger all the time. And I go, okay, that makes sense. Because that's pretty much what I saw coming at me on the freeway, on the 101 freeway, and I don't remember what month it is. I got to remember what it was I was doing that I was up north. I think maybe I was meeting a friend. That makes sense. Or I was just going up north for a reason. Yeah, it wasn't an event because I went up north for that. I got to check it because I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know how to explain that, so I'm just going to let it go. But now it makes sense. So if they could do that, here's my question. Why would they do that? Or do they do that when they can't explain certain things? You know what I mean? Like let me go to the story that you're kind of talking about, because at first I'm like, no, it's obviously just something that they're talking about. So they're calling it an octagonal flying object. Okay, does that make sense, Jess?
Is this for the one at Lake Huron or the one up above?
So many, Jess, I don't know how to keep track.
That is true, because I think the one above in Alaska. I think they said that one was cylindrical, around the size of a car.
Oh, really?
So
Size of a car?
yeah,
Okay, I didn't know that.
so very weird.
Well, at least it'd be very specific with us. In essence, people, please look up at the skies what they're going to want to say. The U.S. Shot down a fourth flying object over North America airspace in a week on Sunday over, yeah, this is the Lake Huron story, in Michigan, confirmed the state's governor, Gretchen Whitmer. The governor's already in on this, like, shoot it! She said this, I'm glad to report it has been swiftly, safely, and securely taken down. According to the high-altitude unidentified object described as an octagonal structure with strings attached to it. Oh, that's not UFO, man. What kind of UFO has strings attached to it, Jess?
True, but string-like. We don't know what if it is.
Oh,
a
no
string.
UFO has strings. Whee! What are they, partying? Whee!
But you want to know what's funny? There was a section of this article where it was talking about like why are all these things popping up right now?
Yeah.
And it said something. Oh, here we go. And the reason I say that is that if they were a threat, let's see, something about enhancing their radar capabilities, and when they did that, everything started popping up.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that?
Well, no, I heard what you said, but it makes no sense because, okay, the balloon thing started us looking back up. Now, according to some reports, they were looking up because they've had so many unidentified things, like and the Pentagon already released that last year. They've been looking up at the sky, especially in Long Beach, LA, and parts of Orange County, and some in San Bernardino. And they probably haven't reported this, but they should report, especially in and around Victorville. There's a lot of reports. There's Navy over there. I remember being over there, and there you go. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But the point is this, what you need to know, okay? There are a lot of things happening, but the question is what's in the sky? Some people post it on TikTok and people think, oh, that's fake. Because, of course, there are a lot of things that are fake that people, like augmented reality. Now, the point of saying that is this. This picture that we already showed you is real. This is confirmed. Just as the video of it, all right? Now, some will say, no, that's fake. That's got to be fake. That's real. And I say this. If you use it like a hologram type projection, it actually could work. Concerts do this, by the way. So I think that would be kind of cool. And I say this, even to like, angels and or God, like if you had like, cause there's things in the Bible that say there will be things in the sky that are like, you know what I mean? But it's like, but this is like, well, is it? This is more technology. Does God use technology to say, hey, we're testing what we're going to do for you guys to see end of days or end of the world, right? We're going to flash some things up in the sky. People are like, that's so fake. So the point is this, Jess, I just don't know what to make of it, but there you go.
Right? You never know. Okay, I found this little quote from the article I was reading. It says one U.S. official attributed the rise in the sightings to boosted surveillance capabilities by the military and not a rush of new foreign objects flying over American space. So just so you know, they've always been here. Northern Command has adjusted the parameters of their radar capabilities in a way that they can see more than they could before. So
yeah, that makes sense.
In my mind, they've been here floating around. We just didn't see them.
Well, yeah, of course. I have some footage that I haven't released that are of them around, but people wouldn't believe it. So they go, oh, you made that up. I go, no, I didn't make it up because I don't make things up. But anyway, that's why I say, military, can you reach out to me? I have some very interesting information you might want to know. Anyway, the point is this, Jess. If you've seen things, put it up on YouTube, man. And just, do it under another name. You don't even have to say you take credit for it. Just remember your password, remember all that. Because people are forgetting things, Jess. I don't know about you, but I've been with some people that are very young in age, 40, 50, and maybe 55. And they're forgetting things that happened like a year ago, maybe even like last week. I had someone actually say to me, I had to look up somebody on my email because I forgot who this person was. And the person was like, how could you forget me? I was there like last week. So it's like, people are really forgetting. So people are getting forgetful. So I think at some point people are going to say, oh, it's coronavirus. This person had a coronavirus 3 times. Okay. So if you have someone who's very forgetful, just know it could be a thing. It's not necessarily in the water. All right, Jess, we're going to take a break. We got more right after this, not necessarily related to stuff in the sky, but man, come on. Like, what can you do with that? I would do like a laser show.
Hey,
Rex here. We want people should know about the new Italian radio show on KMET. Like my Uncle Vinny used to say, Gumbas non stunad.
SID, there is no such words in Italian.
Forget about it. Tell them about the show.
The Italian Radio Show, presented by West Coast Italian Radio.
Mondays at 4 p.m. on KMET 1490, or stream us live 24/7 from our website at WCIR.biz.
Make sure to tune in.
You don't want them, we should have to tell you twice.
For all you truck and RV enthusiasts, Truckworks right here in Banning is your one-stop shop for the best diesel performance and overall truck and RV needs. Whether you're towing, racing, off-road, or just cruising around town, Truckworks specializes in truck and RV service, maintenance, repair, and performance upgrades for every light and medium-duty truck manufacturer. Bring it down to Terry and the guys at Truckworks. Call 951-922-4776 or visit their website at mydieseldown.com today.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state? Did you miss sending out a prior year tax return? The IRS is out to collect now more than ever, and they'll use any means necessary. They legally can and will garnish your wages, take your money, and even seize your property. If you're behind on your taxes, call the Tax Relief Hotline right now at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000. You can legally get your tax debt under control, and in many cases get the breathing room you need. Garnished wages, property seizures, bank levies can stop immediately, but you have to call. Many of our specialists are IRS enrolled agents. They know the system and how to make it work for you. Don't wait for the IRS to come down on you. Act now so you can get your tax debt under control. Call their Riverside office today for free info at 951-224-9000. That's 951-224-9000. 951-224-9000.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience, handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show. You're on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. I want to do a shout out to Stephanie, which, you know what, Steph? You are ahead of things. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know this existed. I'm going to look it up a little bit more. It looks a little fake-ish, but some of the story here is actually something I talk about with my Bob. Like, you know, what if you could live a million years? Is it even possible, right? Some say no way, Jose, and others say, yeah, it's what I preach. It's what I teach. It's what I believe in. It's called faith. So anyway, there you go. She says this, and I like it. She says, it could be a space telescope, especially from futuretimeline.net, which actually is a website, futuretimeline.net. And on there, I'm looking at it right now. It's actually kind of fun. It says, welcome to the future. Explore a timeline of future predictions, which I think makes sense. And then it says 21st century and increasingly globalized humanity is faced with climate change, dwindling resources, overpopulation, and technological upheaval. It's got to start at 2000, 2009. I think that's interesting. Then 2010 and 2019, 2020 to 2029. That's where we're at. Then beyond, right? It talks about the 22nd century. We really need to start talking. All I hear is 21st century. We got to start talking about the 22nd century and what's going to bring, right? Then it says the far future, post-biological humanity begins to spread throughout the galaxy, transforming dead worlds into computational substrates. I'm not sure what that means. It says beyond. I love this. A future timeline of the universe and its ultimate fate. Beyond 10,000 AD and beyond 1 million AD. Like it. Because, you know, beyond us, I mean, what's going to, you know, be around, you know what I mean? Oh, and it has stuff about military and war, space. This is actually a very interesting website. So thank you for sharing this with us. Stephanie from Ohio. We love you over there. She says, check out my website that I redesigned at wellnessmattersmost.com and did the product photos and photographs. Awesome. Okay. Viviana, thank you for tuning in. Twitter, thank you for tuning in. Let's see. We got a few people tuning in. Thank you. Okay, look. Jess, I know there's a lot of things going on in the world. What is happening that is very normal like?
Okay, very normal. Like, let's get rid of the UFOs. Oh, great. Now I'm thinking I'm going to bring one UFO into the next. Okay, so yesterday they debuted the trailer for The Flash.
Oh, I heard about that. Hey, wait. Let me ask you this real quick. You ready? You know what I'm going to ask, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
With the new guy having demolished the DC verse, except Gal Gadot, is it going to make sense? Or did this already gonna... Like, I think he kind of... Look, I like... what's his name? Gunn? I like him, right? But I think it came in after this had already been made because now it's going to be featured. So I have a question now on the timeline of events. Is he squashing or is he enabling what they wanted to do? Or... So what is it about? Like, what did you get from the trailer? Because I haven't seen it, Jess.
From what I can get at the trailer, they're doing a modified version of Flashpoint. Okay. So
can you explain Flashpoint for people that don't know?
So the Flashpoint story is the Flash. He decides to go back in time to save his mom because his mom was killed by a robber or an intruder. So that is always the state of the Flash. His mother will always die, but he decides to go back and change it. But by doing that, he caused small ripples in the timeline, which changed everything. Where there's no longer Bruce Wayne as Batman, it's somebody different. Superman was kidnapped instead of taken in by Jonathan and Martha Kent. And it's just the whole universe is different. So from what I can take from this trailer, Superman never came to Earth. It was his cousin Kara. And so I see Supergirl in here. I see the very exciting thing is I see Michael Keaton in this movie. So seeing him as the Batman from the 90s?
Rip off! Spider already did this, man. They're behind Marvel. DC, you suck. They're sleeping at the wheel. No, I'm kind of joking. I'm kind of not. Here's the reality. Yes, this is why I say DC and Marvel need to team up because it's fractured. That's where Doctor Strange has already said, in essence. Oh, it wasn't him. It was the girl. Charlize Theron plays her. She's like, you fractured the universe. Thanks a lot, right? They already went from one verse to another verse, and then like you have what? Like that's where you got Charles Xavier. So they're merging timelines, and then they're bringing in other characters like Tobey Maguire because all the properties are being bought up, right? And they're all being owned by whereas the properties kind of in a way made different movies. Like Fox was really X-Men, right? That's why you didn't have X-Men in certain movies, right? They teased at it that it was coming, but they didn't have it. They couldn't say it all the way. They could tease at it, right? And sometimes they tease at one, like Batman, Superman. You know what I mean? So the question I have is Gunn kind of picking off this, or is that the way to save the verse? Which you just said, now it's like Superman didn't come to Earth. It was Kara only, which technically the books, everybody knows this, Kara comes after Superman because she gets diverted through like a warp hole. Technically, I don't think they explained it, but that's what happened. That's why she comes kind of like he's older because he came as a baby, but she's cousin, but she's not younger. They came at the same time because it got destroyed at the same time, but she went through like a warp hole, which kind of slowed down her time travel. Does that make sense?
No, it makes sense. But this is the only way they can make changes within the DC universe.
But the question is this, Jess. The question is this. Back to Batman, Superman, Justice League, which I actually saw, not going to lie. And big screen. I love you guys because they stream all kinds of things. I saw it on. You got to get because I have Viva Cosmos. You got to get it. It's like watching it all over again. I just saw the end, but it reminded me in that one. That's where it was introduced when Flash comes back to it's Affleck as Batman, who kind of says, "Hey," and he wakes up, and then he sees a flash forward of him taking out a bunch of guys, kind of in military. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do remember that.
So that's when they teased at it. They already knew where they were going with it. So in a way, they are ahead of Marvel, kind of, with that. But it's been a thing in the comics all the time. So it's like no one's really ahead of anyone. They did it way back when. So, there you go. But the point is this. What will they do next with this movie? When did they film it? When did Gunn come in and say, hey, I'm going to demolish the universe? And does he have a way of saving it? Because, of course, in the forward of this, if Superman isn't around, well, then we get Henry Cavill. So maybe him saying, look, you got to hold, man, because, I know you didn't know this, but, Dwayne wanted you back, but he can't have you back yet because, this has to happen. And then, you know what I mean? So I don't know if they have a way of making it work or if they don't have a way of work, because a lot of people are upset at James Gunn, and I can see why, because I'm upset, not going to lie.
A lot of people are upset, but he's putting his reputation on the line. But from what I've seen from this movie, what's going to happen is most likely, everything has changed. And when he has to go back and, sorry, Mom, I have to let you die. And the world gets fixed, everything's going to change.
Is it the same Flash as was in Justice League, Jess?
Yes, it is.
Okay, all right. Because I read that, something was happening with the actor.
Ben Affleck will also be in this movie as well.
Okay, so they're continuing. See, then Gunn needs to just chill. He can't kill everyone.
You gotta watch it to understand, because right now we're all making assumptions on what's gonna happen.
Here's my question: was Gunn involved in this Flash movie? There's a reason I asked this.
My opinion, I think this movie's been delayed so much.
There you go. That's my point. Ding, ding, ding,
ding. They were changing so many things about this film. So I really don't know.
My question is Adam, right? I saw Black Adam, loved it, by the way. I really love it. The ending, I was like, everybody waited for the ending, and then they were like, wow, okay. And then everybody was like, okay, getting excited again for Henry Cavill because they canned him, and then he's like, will I be canned? And then he came back, and then he got canned again. And so by the other guy, Gunn. So the point is this. If Flash had come out before Gunn had kind of taken, or was it so fractured that we don't know how to do it, man? You did really good with all those properties. Can you make it work here? I don't know. I don't know where we're going with that. So it's time invested. Will I want to invest the time on Flash, or did Gunn completely demolish all of it so none of it makes sense eventually and it's just theory? Does that make sense?
No. I know where you're at, because it's just I'm tired of them constantly switching things. I think the main thing, the reason why it was so fractured, is because there was no one person in charge. It was Warner Brothers executives signing off for movies that they kind of just we want a world, but we don't have anybody to be the architecture for it.
That makes
to
sense.
Be the architect. Yeah. So once James Gunn came in, all right, you guys are dumb. Kind of what they did with Henry Cavill. Those were WB execs that let that happen, not James Gunn. If James Gunn had his way, he would not have let that happen. Because right now they were just.
I think once he got married, everything in his head, it all went bad. like Megyn Kelly and what's her name? Megan Fox. Sorry, Megan Fox and what's that guy's name? I cannot stand him. Machine Gun Kelly.
Machine Gun Kelly. Yes.
Machine Gun Aaron if I could, but I'm not. What? Somebody asked me, would you date her? And I said, well, that depends. Do I have to get blood? Not sure. But have you seen her? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Yvette interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Jitters Coffee, a coffee shop that gives a double shot of quality. We offer top shelf coffee at a great price. Brewed hot or cold, you won't find a better cup of joe. Not a coffee connoisseur? Then try our Red Bull infusions to energize your day. We also have delicious pastries and sweets baked in-house or flown in from the best bakeries in the country. Jitters Coffee. Come on in and enjoy your jitters.
Check out our newest location located in downtown Banning at the corner of Ramsey and San Gorgonio.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. I know some of our listeners are like, who? What are you talking about? Megan Fox and who? That's the couple. Some say it wasn't going to last. Some say it would never last. And some say, come on, don't ruin it. They might get back together. I think they're going to get back together, Jess. What do you think?
All I wish is for people to be happy. If they're not happy together, then they should break up. But I'm not going to cry over this because, let's be real, they're both weird. The moment they said they started drinking each other's blood, I'm just like, yeah, that's a red flag for me.
I think you would do it, though, Jess.
No, I will not drink anybody's blood. No. She's pretty. I've liked her since she first started acting. She's awesome. But, yeah, no. No blood drinking for me. No vampire. But I have no idea who Machine Gun Kelly is. No idea.
I think he's a rapper. Yeah, so I don't know. A lady, she's single. She's ready to go. And she's like, look. Now, she posted this. The reason I'm showing this, by the way, and ladies are going to do this, by the way. This is how you know someone's single-ish. Or she wants to get back at someone. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. She posted this on her, let's see, it says Megan Fox, Machine Gun Kelly, also known as MGK, may have called it quits with the actress to leave her social media account. Hours before the Transformers star, I don't know why they call her Transformers star. She's been a star before that. Transformers just made her really big, of course. Once she got rid of her Instagram, she shared what could be a revenge post. I know you're doing this right now. As she flaunted her fit physique in a risque mirror selfie. I don't know about risque. Like maybe GM. It says the 36. She's 36. Oh, she's good. Posted a fierce photo of herself wearing a black bodysuit with cutouts. She accessorized a gold body chain with her look and long sparkly earring. Did he cheat on her? Does women only do this when one thing? Her black hair was styled in a bun with two strands parted down the middle. The snap was taken in front of a sign that says, "When you can't walk away." Yeah, she's working out. That's how she works out. Right, Jess? Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, I think that would make sense. So apparently, if you Google his name, the top stories that will come out is he electrocuted himself.
Wait, what?
Oh no, here. Machine Gun Kelly got electrocuted during Super Bowl performance.
Oh, she'll make it right then. Okay. Well, then this is a non-thing. Well, let me read it anyway, just in case. It says Fox additionally shared a video of letters burning. Did she electrocute him? She has pull. I'm pretty sure. No. Fox additionally shared a video of letters burning with the caption, "You can taste the dishonest. It's all over your breath." He cheated on her, Jess. He cheated.
Ooh, that's what it sounds like. That I will not get behind. Cheaters always no. Once you're a cheater, always a cheater. So gotta dump them.
Yeah. It says the caption is from Beyonce's song "Pray You Catch Me" from her Lemonade album. The 2015 track is known to reference the Grammy singer discovering her husband Jay-Z's infidelity. Yeah, but she went back. Right?
It's all about the money.
I got mama. Before Fox deleted her Instagram account, fans speculate about the split between her and the Bloody Valentine singer after she started deleting photos of them together. That's when people are like, wait a minute, I don't remember that, I don't remember that, don't remember that. She additionally had followed her rumored ex and only followed, went next level, Harry Styles. What does Harry Styles that people don't have right now? I need to change my hair, Jess.
I don't even know who this Harry Styles dude
I need
is.
to go blonde. The blonde guys are getting it. Let's see. Okay, so she she additionally unfollowed her rumored ex, follows Harry Styles, Timothy Chalamet. Who follows this stuff? You keep track of this? Eminem on Instagram. Okay. It says, no wonder. It says MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, and Eminem have publicly feuded in the past since he called the Slim Shady rapper's daughter hot in 2012 on Twitter. Oh, she's following the guy that he don't like. Probably because that guy probably hit her up at some point. Oh, man, it's going next level. She's going to date all the rock stars. All right, Fox recently showed support for a possible ex-fiancé after losing his first Grammy nomination to Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. Congratulations on being in a very small percentage of artists who have received a Grammy nomination. Wow, she is backwards on that. She's so mean. You have handled this process with a grace and maturity that I haven't seen from you before, and I'm so proud of it. She is so passive-aggressive, Jess. I date her. She says, I hope one day you'll see yourself the way I see you. I love you, and I'll keep this memory of you forever. All right. Fox and Kelly went public with their relationship in 2020 after she divorced actor Brian Austin Green. Poor Brian. Nah. After nearly 2 years of dating, Kelly proposed to Fox in Puerto Rico. Bye-bye. Representatives for Fox and Machine Gun Kelly did not respond to Fox News Digital's request for comment. Well, there you go. I could have said it was, you know when I saw it was over? When I saw them on the carpet and he was kind of being very handsy on her. And she's like, dude, let go of me. Because she wanted a picture by herself. Because that's what they do. They take one together. Then they take one, But he was too, what's that word? Women hate it. You cannot be emotionally needy. You got to be like, yo, hey. They go, oh, I love you. But when you're like, oh my God, I love you, they go, shut up. So there you go. All right, people, we got to let you go. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is worth living. Live it well.